Nicholas Haros Jr.'s 76-year-old mother Frances died when the Twin Towers fell 17 years ago. On Tuesday, Haros took aim at Nancy Pelosi and Cory Booker for politicizing the September 11 tragedy, humiliating the pair on television. A man whose mother was killed during the September 11 terrorist attacks scolded House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi (DCA) and Sen. Cory Booker (DNJ) on Tuesday during an annual observance of the tragedy. Both Pelosi and Booker have recently tried to use the victim's loss for political gain, which didn't sit right with Nicholas Haros Jr. Haros Jr.'s 76-year-old mother Frances died when the Twin Towers fell 17 years ago. And on Tuesday, Haros was among those reading the names of the nearly 3,000 people who perished on that terrible day. In addition to reading several names, however, Haros took time during the ceremony to chastise Democrats for cheapening the loss experienced by the families of the victims. This year, a representative of the House referred to our loss as just another incident, he said, referring to comments Pelosi made in June. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi described the September 11, 2001, terror attacks as an incident during her weekly news conference Thursday. The outlandish slip-up about the deadliest attack on U.S. soil came during a discussion in which Pelosi criticized the Trump administration's stance on immigration and its claims that the Democrats have been weak on border security. She claimed that Republicans are actually weaker on the issue than Democrats because they did not implement some of the 9/11 Commission's recommendations that concerned border security enforcement and immigration. We have a responsibility to protect our borders. All of our borders. Let's make no mistake about that. Democrats have been strong on that point. All of our borders, Pelosi told the reporters. In fact, I said to some of you before, when we had the 9/11 incident and the commission was formed, and they made their recommendations, they made recommendations to protect America, but the Republicans would never take them up. And some of it was about our borders. The Republicans would never take them up, she added. Source: Fox News. But Haros didn't stop there. This year, a network commentator said the president's performance in Helsinki was a traitorous act as was 9/11, he said. And last week, a senator attacked a Supreme Court nominee and called him a racist for alleged comments after 9/11. Haros was referring to Senator Booker's attack on Brett Kavanaugh during the judge's confirmation hearing. Booker announced to the nominee, "I have letters here, sir, that have asked for, now, the one email specifically entitled racial profiling that somehow, literally the email was entitled racial profiling, that somehow was designated as something that the public couldn't see." In the January 2002 email, Kavanaugh, who was working as a White House attorney for then-President George W. Bush, was advocating for race-neutral security measures in the wake of September 11. The document had been cleared for release by Bush's documents representative prior to Booker's dramatic proclamation that he was willing to risk his position in the Senate to make sure it went public. Stop, Haros said after listing the 3 examples of Democrats politicizing 9/11. Please, stop using the bones and ashes of our loved ones as props in your political theater. Their lives, sacrifices, and death are worth so much more. Let's not trivialize them or us, it hurts. To my mom and to all of you and your loved ones, never forget. Haros' remarks drew loud applause from the crowd. No word from Nancy Pelosi or Cory Booker, though. Those two have been notably silent. Do you think the families of 9/11 victims deserve an apology from these Democrats?